Good evening. My name is Mike,
I'm Rachel.
and together we founded this channel, Rockin K Adventures. So, what is Rockin K Adventures? Rockin K Adventures is a channel we decided to start because, just like many of you, we use YouTube to try to learn how to do something, gather ideas, stuff like that, some DIYs. And there is times when I've gone to YouTube and something that I was looking for didn't exist, or it wasn't exact, or there's stuff that I do that I know how to do, and I figured it's a good way to pay it back to the community of, hey, this is how you do something. Also, it's to take you guys on a little adventure with us, hence the name Rockin K Adventure. We are Americans transplanted to Germany. We are in the Rhineland Falls area of Germany, and it's a climate and environment very similar to that of the northeast. So, say north of New York City and that, up in the mountains and such. It's exactly what we have out here. But we decided to found this channel because we want to share our experiences here in Germany, as well as show you what we're going through, what we do in Germany, and some of the projects that we take on, and some of the DIYs that we do. We came to Germany as military in our past, and after leaving the military, separating and retiring, we decided to come back. And so now we both work for the Department of Defense here in Germany, and that was what brought us back to Germany, and we decided to buy a farmhouse. So she's an old farmhouse. She's from, they started building it somewhere in the mid to late 60s. They added on to it in the 70s and probably in the 80s. It's building after building after building. So, it's an old farmhouse. It is quite large with a bunch of barns. So you're going to see a lot of that, and a lot of the renovations and the stuff that we're doing on the barns. A lot of you might be thinking, why Germany? why do you want to go back to Germany? We love Germany. We like Germany. There's a lot of things that are different here in Germany. Differences being such as the administrative, the paperwork when it comes to whether it's buying a house, to building permit stuff, to, there's an office for everything in Germany. Just saying.
But, for the most part, Germany is not much different than America. We live in a very small town of farmers. They speak a different language. We've been lucky and we've learned it. We've had our friends who are very patient and teach us. 90% of the people we meet speak English, even if it's just a little bit, or as they say, ein bisschen. Their customs and traditions are different than ours. They're very warm people, wonderful people. Yes, you have every now and then a bad one, but for the most part, they're an amazing country. Beautiful. It's beautiful here. The food is amazing. Mike's favorite is the Autobahn.
Yep, the Autobahn. It's a great road, and the stories are true.
Very well maintained.
It's a very well maintained road, but the story is true that Germany is the land of unlimited, no speed limits, unlimited speed. And while that is true for the most part, we have a roadway right here similar to your I-10, I-95, US 1, whatever your close roadway is, your big highway. And a lot of it does not have a speed limit. You drive as fast as you want. Or I should say, as fast as you have the ability to safely drive. Because some people mistake that to the fact that they're like, oh, I can drive as fast as I want. No, you can drive as fast as you can safely do so. just know that if you're doing over 130 kilometers an hour, you can, and there's an accident, it more than likely they're going to find you at fault because you were driving faster than most people drive. So with that said, it's still great. It's still incredible.
And for those of you that get road rage for people driving slow in the left lane, that doesn't happen in Europe.
It's 100% illegal. It's one of the biggest tickets here.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
The ticket for tailgating here, is more expensive than a DUI. It's craziness. But anyway, you don't deal with a lot of road rage and a lot of tailgating and stuff like that here. Why else are we in Germany? The culture, the history. The first house we lived in here was built in 1767. That is well before America was trying to become America, because, as you all know, 1776 was when America was trying to become America. So this predates that. The house was beautiful. It was owned by an Englishman, and we were renting it when we were military here. And we ended up moving out of that house, and then we bought this house when we came back as DOD civilians, and so now we have this house that we bought. And people are like, "Oh, you're gonna stay in Germany forever?" No, we're here in Germany for now. We might end up back in America when our jobs end here, and we probably will be, at least for a little while. But we're coming back. We like Germany. The culture is great, and the people, the atmosphere, the sights, the food, as she was saying.
Living in the Eifel, it's a very laid back. It's like living in a rural area in America. Almost 20 years ago, if you lived in the mountains of East Tennessee or Montana, everybody knows everybody. All of our neighbors know us. You can't go anywhere without knowing somebody. The Eifel is a very, very small place. And here, it's not 6 degrees of separation, it's more like 3. You gotta be careful who you're talking to, because they might be married to someone, or that knows that person, or is related to that person. But we do many of the similar things here that we did in America. I hunt here, I fish here. Mike is the lead mechanic of a lawnmower racing team.
Yes, lawnmower racing is a thing in Germany.
It's a big thing. There's a lot of the lifestyle is very much the same. A lot of it is, in my opinion, better. Germans are very happy people. They're very private people, so they do stay out of your business. That's not to say they won't gossip about you, but they won't do it to your face.
And that's something that you're going to notice with this channel. They are very private people. And so while you will see other YouTube channels where they're able to walk into, say, Lowe's or Home Depot, we have the equivalent here of a home center, like they call them Baumarts here. But you're not going to see us walking through one of these places with a camera or anything like that, because the Germans, they really love their privacy. And, we're going to respect that. And it comes to, in the same instance is if we have contractors or even friends over to help with projects, or to take over a project because we're a little bit out of our depth, we're probably not going to video the actual actions of whether it's a renovation, an installation, a repair, or whatever, but we will come after the fact and make a video and explain what was done. And it's just to have respect for them, because they're a private they like their privacy. And I have to respect that. So what can you expect from this channel? So from this channel, you're going to expect to see lots of different things. We had a hard time deciding, is it going to be Rockin K Homesteading? Is it going to be Rockin K, auto repair? Is it, so we came up with the name Rockin K Adventures because it's going to be an adventure. You're not going to know what's coming. If we are doing something in multiple parts, like we have big renovations coming up, with our laundry room, our bathroom, and our kitchen. It all has to be done at one time because it shares all the same plumbing. And when that happens, you're going to get installments. And to help you guys keep track of everything, I'll try to make sure that when I make these videos, that it's going to be like bathroom renovation part 1, part 2, part 3, so on and so forth, so that you guys can actually follow us on this little adventure or on this side adventure if the other things that we do don't strike your fancy. I don't throw anything out.
Nope.
Let me rephrase that. I will throw things out, but when something breaks, I try to fix it, because it usually, if it's broken, it can be fixed. If it has to be replaced, it's going to be really expensive. It's usually a lot cheaper to buy one little part than it is to replace a whole item. It's also a little more economic. Not only has it economic implications, but it has environmental implications as well. And so whether it's plastic, it's whatever, it's delivered on a truck to a store, it's, so there's all that logistics involved that consume oil, consume, natural resources to produce the product. If I can fix it, I think that's a little more environmentally friendly as well. Plus economics wise, because in these times, everything's expensive. Yeah. Milk has gone up, eggs have gone up, and it's not just those things, it's everyday things. We were just talking earlier about, when you go to the store, they'll tell you to pick up a 5-pound bag of sugar.
Read the label.
I went today to pick up that 5-pound bag of sugar and realized through I guess the term is shrinkflation, it was a 4-pound bag of sugar.
For the same price as a 5-pound bag.
For the normal price of a 5-pound bag. So shrinkflation as well as inflation, it is a thing. But that aside, that's why you'll see, it makes more economic and ecological sense to try to save something rather than throw it away. So you'll see some of my postings are going to be me repairing things. Whether it be a car, a piece of equipment, whatever, you'll see me more than likely repairing something.
We upcycle a lot. We reuse things if we take it apart. We'll save key parts of that and use it for other projects. You'll see some of that as well.
Yeah, she has some projects going on that we may jump in and make a couple of videos about them. They're already works in progress, so we'll kind of be jumping into them, mid-process. We'll decide if we're going to do that, or just we'll let you know when it's something that we upcycled. Should you see it in a video or something like that? Something else you can expect from this channel is there's a lot of times that I have to go out and purchase the tool or item necessary to do the repair, the replacement part, the tool to do the repair, the various things that it takes to salvage something, do a DIY, do a renovation, even, maybe even it's even associated with this channel, whether it's what camera mount I use or, what camera I'm using. More than likely, I'm going to start a Amazon affiliate program. And so if I do end up buying something or using something and I find that there's value in it, there'll be links in the description and such, and I'll try to let you know in every video when there's going to be a link in the description. But if you do see something that I'm using on a channel and you think it's cool or you want to know how to get it, usually there'll be a link in the description. So my pledge to you, though, is I will make sure that whatever that I'm linking is something that I find value in and that, to me, is a good product. You can count on that I will not, if I don't like a product and the product doesn't meet it, I'm going to let you know.
He'll tell you.
So the thing with the affiliate links is it is a way to help me fund this channel and get better equipment and such, because in the moment we're doing our videos with cell phones and stuff like that, and if this channel gets off the ground, I'm gonna end up buying equipment, video equipment and multiple cameras, so that you guys can really see and get a good eye, a good look at what we do here. And I think it's going to be great for you guys because you get a little bit different perspective. It's going to be the German way of doing things a lot of times, or it's going to be like the American trying to do it the German way, because they do things a little different here, whether it's how they do their plumbing or how they do their electricity. They have different standards, they have different rules, and so I'll try to point them out along the way. Something that Mrs. K we were discussing is the fact of how there's no big box stores here. There's no Walmarts, there's no Costco or Sam's Club or anything like that. So most stores close at 8, 9 o'clock if they're open that late. Some do close at 5 o'clock. When you go grocery shopping, I know she's going grocery shopping every couple of days because they're not big on preservatives in their food and stuff. So you can't buy a loaf of bread here and expect it to last more than a week.
Yeah.
So the loaves are sized accordingly. You can get a smaller loaf of bread that is good for that couple of days, and so that you're not throwing out stale or moldy bread. But no, that they go grocery shopping here every couple of days. It's a very different life. We'll point a lot of that out to you as we're making our videos, and maybe put it in the comments if you want to see some of the culture differences and
We'll bring you along for like festivals. We have a lawnmower race coming up in September. I will video that. He drives. So we'll bring that stuff to you as well. Fasching, Oktoberfest, these normal traditional German holidays and festivals and customs. Another big one is the Christmas markets. Unbelievable. And we'll take you along on those adventures as well. That's what part of the channel is about. Sharing our adventures in Germany with everybody in America. Dispelling a little bit of the myths about Germans, as well as the country itself, just the countryside. If you want to see like historical places, please leave that in the comments. I'm big about adventuring on Sundays because you don't work in Germany on Sundays. They're very religious people, and you're not allowed to make noise.
You can't mow the lawn. You can't do anything outside that
You
makes
can
noise.
garden as long as you're not gardening with a motor or making a noise.
Yeah.
So you can pull your weeds or till your garden by hand, but that's considered a hobby. So on Sundays, Mike gets his well-earned day of rest.
I get my couch time.
And I go adventuring with my
And
girlfriends.
of course, YouTube. I'm on YouTube all Sunday.
And I'd go adventuring with my girlfriends.
And so with the channel, our plan is to do a lot of our editing and possibly our postings on Sundays. Mm-hmm. We're going to try to do a video a week, and we're looking into, should the channel, blossom and take off. We'll probably do a chat like this where we're going to sit and talk over, what the current events are and everything like that, as well as answer questions. Yep. So if you're watching a video and you have a question about something we're doing or why we're doing it in a certain way, go ahead and put it in the comments. And what we're looking at doing is, like I said, if the channel takes off, if it dies, it dies. If it takes off, we're going to be there answering all your comments or all your questions that you put in the comments. While we will probably answer them directly in the comments for the particular video, if enough people ask, or if it's a unique or a topic that we think merits discussion, we will actually bring it up on like a coffee type talk or something like that, that we will probably end up doing on Sundays, because that's some quiet time that we're able to sit here and, drink our coffee and discuss the week's events, what's going on, and to answer questions that you guys might have. So by all means, if you have any questions or any comments, go ahead, put them in the comments below. We will try to answer them in a timely manner. Just know that if the video that you're commenting on is a little old, maybe more than 2 months old, 3 months old, we might not get to the comments. It all depends on the traffic and your mileage may vary. So we might be able to get to them and we might not. We are not full-time YouTubers. This is a hobby for us. It's a hobby to pay for a hobby, if that makes sense. If this blossoms, it's going to basically fund itself, and it'll let me make more content for you guys. But it's not. We have full-time jobs. We come home after work and we do our YouTubing. We video what our projects are, because we're always doing projects. It's a non-stop. It doesn't stop. So
we bought an old house.
Yeah, we bought an old house, and the old house has old house things.
It's a hole in the ground you throw money in.
Yep. And so whether it's renovations on the house, whether it's the installation of a heating system or thermostat system, or coming up, we're gonna post something because we've already filmed the footage of doing a rain catchment system. We built a 4,000 liter rain catchment system at the back of our property because it is now late July here in Germany, and we are in the middle of a dry spell. And we faced this last year, and we had 2,000 liters of rainwater. And coming into this dry spell, we went to use our rainwater, and the rainwater buckets were nasty. They were full of algae and such. So we decided we were going to design a new system, and we did that, and we took the steps to prevent algae from happening this time around. So there'll be an in-depth video about that coming up in probably next week or the week after. We're when we can get all the video edited and posted up, because it's already shot. We just have to edit it. We will have a video coming out this week on a repair that I did make. I did that video yesterday. I put that video all together. I worked on the editing and stuff, and it's 99% there. But we'll have a video coming out of a repair that I made. So be on the lookout for that. And, we want to please ask you to click the like and subscribe, and possibly even the notification bell, so that when we post up those videos, it'll let you know when we post up a video. It helps us make more of this content, and we're here for you guys. That's really, we want to take you on our adventure. I mean, that's why we named it Rockin K Adventure. So until the next adventure, auf Wiedersehen and goodbye, and thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.